Okay, so this is gonna be the start of something different. I saw this game on Steam and I thought, wow, this is interesting. So, welcome to Doki-Doki Literature Club. Do keep in mind this game is not suitable for children or those who are easily disturbed. So, figuring out why that's the case should be interesting. Individuals suffering from anxiety or depression may not have a safe experience playing this game. What? I mean, this game was under the tag psychological horror on Steam, but I thought that was just a meme. It Alright. By playing Doki-Doki Literature Club, you agree that you're at least 30 to your age as you consent to your exposure of highly disturbing content. Okay, I guess. Oh, that's a little. Alright, I guess I agree. Hey! Welcome to. Oh. Team Salvato. Alright. Alright, saw that. Aww, this is cute. I like this. Alright. Is this gonna be like Yandere Simulator, where it's just like, alright, text speed, auto forward time? I guess we'll do all that. Skip unseen text after choices. Ooh. Alright, cool. I guess we'll start a new game. Please enter your name. Upgraded stick. Aw, okay, well, I guess I'm upgraded stick with passion, so. Hello? Oh. Hey! I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like these, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Ha, ha, I overslept again. But I caught you this time. I'm not going to try to do voices because that's annoying. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, upgraded stick. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. Okay, hold on, I'm in a Discord channel right now, so let me, let's see. Would it be possible to, oh. Okay. Turn on screen share. Huh. Oh. Oh, that's cool. Alright. Alright. Neato. Alright.
Private calling me now, are you?
Hey, it's so I could do the screen share, so you can see what's going on. Can you see this? Can you see all this?
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Alright, sweet. Alright. So I was thinking since you're here, you can do the voice of the female characters. To make it less awkward.
Do you want me to do it in a higher pitched voice? Because I can.
I mean, you do what you want. You know, it's cute anime girls, so
Well,
anything
let me get
goes.
up there. Give me a second to get up there.
Alright.
Okay, good enough. High as I'm gonna go. I used to be able to go an octave higher, but I can't anymore.
That's actually amazing. Yeah, that works. That's good.
But you did wait for me, after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to.
Whatever you say, Sayori. Sayori. Sayori.
Your name doesn't even fit it.
Yeah, I tried doing the full name, but it wouldn't let me. Oh god, this is
That's
awful.
like my actual laugh.
Jeez, we cross the street together and make our way to school.
Oh hell yeah, we do.
Oh wait, oh, you can hide the. Oh, that's cool. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute.
By the way, upgraded stick. Have you decided on a club to join yet?
A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either.
That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year.
Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did, in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, when I'm perfectly content on getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. It sounds like me. It sounds like actually me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Uh-huh. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like me.
Same.
Your happiness is really important to me, you know?
Not really. I can't read.
And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET?
NEET. It stands for no education, employment, or training. Basically like a shut-in who is worth nothing to society.
Oh.
So basically me.
Same.
In a few years, because you're not used to the real world.
I can't even get up there.
You trust me, right?
Why are her eyes like so far apart? Like, isn't that that's a bit off-putting?
I love it.
Maybe this is the disturbing content that I was warned about at the beginning of the game.
Don't make me keep worrying about you.
Alright, alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though.
Will you at least promise me you'll try a little?
Oh, please let me have a choice. Dang it. Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that.
Yay! Oh god, my voice.
That sounded so bad.
I know, my voice is dying.
Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Oh boy, scene change. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pick up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Ooh.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Hello?
Sayori? Sayori must have come in the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom.
I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom. I saw you sitting here and spacing out, so I came in.
Yeah, I was doing more than spacing out, if you know what I mean.
Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed.
You don't need to wait up for me if it's going to make you late to your own club.
Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know...
No, what?
Well, that you could come to my club.
Sayori.
Yeah?
There's no way I'm going to your club.
Meanie.
Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest in the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club.
Come on, please.
Why do you care so much anyway?
Well, I kind of told the club yesterday that I would bring a new member.
Oh, fuck. I can't say anime names.
Natsuki. Yeah, there you go.
Natsuki. I got it. Close enough. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything.
Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayori is actually that much of an airhead or if she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay?
Yay! Let's go!
Okay, the music on here is like really loud. I gotta turn that down.
How did
There
I
we go.
get hooked into doing voices for you? I have fucking ice cream, man.
Ah, that's awesome.
That's why my voice isn't working, because it's a cream-based product.
And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. Me too. I dejectedly followed Sayori across the school and upstairs, a third of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
Everyone, the new member is here.
I told you, don't call me a new member. Eh? I glance around the room.
Oh fuck, now I have to do more voices.
Be
She's the
tortured.
mysterious one, right?
If the trailer gives any indication, yes, she's the mysterious one.
She has my hair color, so I'll just give her my voice.
Wait, you have purple hair?
You didn't know that?
That's badass.
Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you.
That actually
Meeting
kind of that actually kind of fits it, yeah.
you. Sayori always says nice things about you. Oh, fuck. She's really cute. I'm gonna have to use a higher pitched voice.
Seriously? You brought a boy?
God, fuck.
How are you doing like all these perfect voices? Have you not done this before?
No.
That's incredible, actually.
Way to kill the atmosphere.
Like, you should look into voice acting as a career, like... Oh boy.
She's a prep. I can tell that.
She looks like she can be shy and reclusive at times. I can see
No,
it in...
she's a prep. For sure. You can tell by the bow.
Oh yeah, the bow. It's always the bow.
Prep is like the one I can't do.
Ah, upgraded stick. What a nice surprise. There we go, that's girl 3. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it.
Sorry.
Mizuki.
The girl with a sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori.
Oh fuck, this is Sayori. I forgot how I did her voice.
You already forgot?
You can just ignore her when she gets moody.
There you go. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls.
Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club.
Oh, Yuri, I love that name. Do you know what Yuri is?
Yes, I do.
Nice.
Don't say things like that.
Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki.
She is actually me.
Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you.
Fuck, I want to eat ice cream. God damn it.
And it sounds like you already know Monica. Is that right?
That's right. It's great to see you again, upgraded stick. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic, and she also had some killer brains. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica.
Come, sit down, upgraded stick. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited.
Then, how about I make some tea as well?
The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room, where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand.
Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa!
Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing, and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears.
So cute!
I had no idea you were so good at biking, Natsuki.
Well, you know. Just hurry up and take one.
Sayori grabs one first, then Monica. I follow.
It's delicious.
Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around on my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki's quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki.
Why are you thanking me? It's not like I...
Oh, she's a tsundere for sure. Haven't I heard this somewhere before?
made them for you or anything.
Oh, she is such a tsundere.
Oh yeah, I see it.
Eh? I thought you technically did. Sayori said...
Well, maybe. But not for you, you know, dummy.
Baka! Alright, alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom?
Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book?
I mean, the best way to enjoy a good book is not at all, so...
Hey, books are great.
I'm joking, I'm joking. Books are cool. Ah, I guess.
Your
Oh, that's
mom
right. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not...
Insulted, Yuri looks away.
I meant that, you know.
I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea.
I'm glad.
Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? Okay, mate? I'm just gonna add, like, mate or crikey at the end of every one of her sentences. As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone, mate. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decide to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you the leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, crikey. To be honest, I couldn't stand all the politics around the major clubs. Feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. Gets my jimmies all rustled. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. Hey, mate? If it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream.
Monica's a really great leader.
Aw, they're holding hands, kind of. Almost.
Aw.
She's like trying to go for it, but she's just politely denying it. She's like, no, you're not holding my hand. You ain't connecting hands with me, missy. Or lassie.
Not.
Okay, yeah. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are interested in putting all the effort and start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all hold this club before we graduate. Right, everyone?
Yeah,
We'll do our best.
you know it.
Oh, fuck.
Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same girl. Monica must have really worked hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature.
So, upgraded stick. What kind of things do you like to read?
Well, considering how little I've read over the past few years, I really don't have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet.
Not much of a reader, I guess.
Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri?
Well, let's see.
Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger.
My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Oh my god, she is actually me!
That is awesome.
The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me.
Plus, I like reading about the elves. The elves are cool.
Elves!
What do you see with your elf eyes, Legolas?
You didn't even say that quote right.
Yeah, I know. I haven't seen the movies.
And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive.
Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the ways her light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people.
But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop?
That sounds incredible.
Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Stephen King.
My man. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you.
I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only it's for a brief moment.
Ugh, I hate horror.
Oh? Why's that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second.
Never mind.
That's right. You usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called...
Don't say it out loud! Give that back!
Fine, fine.
Your cupcakes, your poems? Everything you do is just as cute as you are.
Yeah, if she were cute at all.
Sayori is definitely a lesbian.
Oh yeah, I mean, look at how short that hair is. It would be a sin. It would be a sin for her to be straight.
I had short hair like that once, but I'm not straight either, so...
Uh-oh. Well, yeah, I think this is just confirming what you said. Sayori Sidles? I'm just gonna get set. It was supposed to be slides, but there was a typo. Sayori sidles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders.
I'm not cute!
Natsuki, you write your own poems?
I guess sometimes. Why do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No,
Natsuki averts her eyes.
you wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet?
I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself.
Dang, that's deep.
She is me. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing them the deepest reaches of your heart.
It sounds like a crime in a couple countries, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers.
That's definitely a
See,
sound.
knowing her, she probably writes smut.
I can see it.
I guess it's the same for Yuri.
Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems.
We all sit in silence for a moment. Oh, that's right, that's me. Oh, okay. I have an idea, everyone.
If you really want me to.
I mean, if you can come up with a voice for her that's better than mine, which I doubt,
I mean,
you know.
your voice is pretty great for her, but if you keep forgetting, I can take it if you want.
I mean, it's alright. I might as well have more than just a male protagonist, you know? Unless any male characters pop up, but I doubt that. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then, next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone's even.
Yeah, let's do it.
Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little bit more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Upgraded Stick? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth about what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and, I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But...
I'm sorry, I thought...
Upgraded stick.
You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend these days with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Yes, I'm so happy.
Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey.
You really did scare me for a moment.
If you really just came for the cupcakes, I'd be super pissed.
Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Upgraded Stick, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food.
Hey, Upgraded Stick. Since we're already here, do you want to walk home together?
That's right. Sayuri and I never walk home together anymore because she's always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well.
Yay!
With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Well, if we abide by the laws of harem, then yes, I will. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Oh, geez, what is this? Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. What? Alright, so I guess we need to pick our favorite girl at this point.
Okay,
So-
you pick. I just voice.
Alright. So we have a choice between Sayori, Natsuki, and Yuri. I mean, Yuri's pretty cool. I always have a thing for the mysterious type characters. So let's see. I don't think Loud would do it.
No.
Kawaii sounds like a bit much. Cry, I don't think anyone hears that depressing, so...
I think hers is misfortune.
Yeah, I would think either misfortune or romance, because...
I think... What the fuck is her name?
Yeah.
I think the original one is romance, to be honest.
Sayori?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I wasn't able to get too much of a read on her personality, so we'll go with misfortune. Oh, dang it, that was Sayori.
Fuck.
Alright, melody, cute, massacre, passion, silly, jumpy, bubbles, journey, sunset, friends. Maybe melody. Melody's kind of a nice word.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try that.
Music terms.
Dang it, what? How was that? Okay. Ooh, melancholy. That one kind of stands out. See, I wish it highlighted it, like, in the color of the girl, because it'd make it easier. How about... No, embrace sounds like a Natsuki thing. Let's try melancholy. There we go. Huh, fireflies. Anxiety? Maybe? I think anxiety. There we go. Heart, lollipop, peaceful, disown, uncanny, bliss, bed, cheer, judgment, entropy. Entropy, definitely. Intellectual, yeah, just because the syllables. Lust. I think that'd be a Natsuki thing. Maybe scars? I don't know. Mysterious character, scars? Nope. Okay. Contamination. Unrequited. Incapable, promise, vertigo, fireworks, pain, fickle. Fickle? Ooh, that's a fun word. I'd say contamination. There we go. Getting better at this. No? Okay. Sugar, universe, portrait, sensation, lazy, disoriented. Maybe disoriented? Yeah, there we go. It's always like the big words, like the multi-syllable words. Vivacious? I've never seen this word before. Hold on. I think I have a dictionary on me, actually. Hold on. Let me look. I think I have a dictionary somewhere in here. I do. Awesome. Alright. Webster's New World Dictionary
Vivacious.
Thesaurus.
Especially of a woman, attractively, lively, and animated.
I was about to look it up. Gosh dang it. I'm still looking it
You're
up.
slow.
I already have the dictionary out. I'm doing it. Let's see. Vivacious. There we go. Full of animation. Lively. Okay, so obviously not that. I would say maybe heaven
think-
sent or tenacious.
Tenacious, isn't it?
There we go. It was
Tenacious
tenacious.
It means clingy.
So?
I don't know.
I've actually not looked up the definition to that.
Tenacious, tending to keep a firm hold of something, clinging or adhering closely.
Tending to keep a firm hold of something.
Alright,
You're
anyway.
bad.
Thank you. Infinite milk. Horror. Oh yeah, horror, obviously. Dark. Oh no, what? Okay. Boop. I don't care who that was for. I just had to do that. Precious, explode, sunny, giggle, sticky, hopeless, comfort, misery, peace, dance.
Sticky.
Well, if we're gonna go along the theme of this game, no. Maybe hopeless? No. What is it with Sayori and all the like majorly depressing things?
Sayori has a dark side.
Apparently so. Oh. That's always weird. You can like hide the text and just like see the background. Starscape. Ooh, definitely. Doki-Doki.
Doki-Doki.
Question. Eternity. There we go. Variance. Ambient. Incongruent. No. Wow, Sayori! What is wrong with you, girl?
Sayori's dark.
Crimson. There we go.
Yay, we did it.
Hi again, upgraded stick. Glad to see you didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last one to come in, so everyone is already hanging out.
Fucking my ice cream's melting, man.
Aw.
Thanks for keeping your promise, upgraded stick.
Okay, hold on. I wanna check how far we're in. 35 minutes. Not bad. Yeah, this is my
No
setup.
wonder my ice cream melting.
Yeah. All right. Anyway.
I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it.
Oh, come on! Like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me he didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too! I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it.
Oh, I'll show you the end of it. All right. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga's literature.
Sure it is. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Upgraded Stick always gives his best as long as he's having fun.
That is not true. Don't lie.
He helps me with busy work without me even asking.
That's just
Wow,
because
you're such a nice guy.
Well, shut up.
Like cooking, cleaning my room.
How dependable.
Sayori, that's just because your room is always messy. It's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once.
Is that so?
You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous.
Well, if we're gonna go off of those screenshots that I found earlier...
I'm not looking forward to reading that.
How come? You and Upgraded Stick can become good friends too.
Sayori...
Hmm?
As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she's put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you... Fuck, I can't read. Yuri even brought you something today, you know?
Wait, Sayori!
Me?
Not really.
Don't be shy.
It's really nothing.
What is it?
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when really it's not. What do I do?
I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what.
Is that so?
Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you won't want it to be.
Alright. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out. So I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. I can't remember.
50 Shades of Grey.
It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know...
Replicate the actions in the book.
discuss it if you wanted.
This is... How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet.
Of course she is.
I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Oh boy, the music changed. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in the book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I'm under this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave to me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason.
Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book?
Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... that's not what I meant. I mean... I just happened to buy two of them.
Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Is that so? What's it about anyway?
Well...
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover.
Alright. I just wanted to make sure I don't actually give anything... Accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister.
Who's a vampire?
But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange.
She turns into a vampire.
She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment.
Who are vampires?
And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust.
She chooses the vampires.
No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
And she becomes a vampire.
That's kind of... This is the plot of Twilight.
Is it actually?
Kind of seems like it.
Wait, have you read Twilight?
Yes.
I would say I've lost a little bit of respect for you, but not really.
I read it before the movies came out.
That's kind of dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came out of nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Oh, it's supposed to be a giggle. Fuck. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Upgraded Stick?
No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely say I enjoy those kind of stories. Don't worry.
I hope so.
Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems so completely different.
It's just those kinds of stories. They challenge the... Fuck. They challenge you... I can't read. They challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants them to be evil, but because they have their own goals or fucking
Sorry.
over my chest.
Sorry. Not
And
on
suddenly-
purpose.
I know. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I?
She definitely writes smut.
Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know that I have this problem.
I have involuntary orgasms every 5 minutes.
When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts,
Something else gets filled. Mm.
I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange.
She's gonna say something strange, and it's gonna be great.
I hope so. And please stop me if I... Let me try that again.
Please do.
And please stop me if I say something... Start talking about...
That's... I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all.
Well, that's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
What are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that had been put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah,
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company with someone.
That means I'll have to close my legs.
You're so bad.
I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
Alright.
I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little oh wait, no, hold on. Let me see if I
Nice.
can. Wait. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Look at this. All right. It's not maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry. I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I really didn't mean to. Sorry. She's actually mean. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? Yeah. I slide my desk up until it's against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Oh, I thought this was her hand for a second, and I was trying to figure out what was right here. Like, wait, what? Does she just have a really lumpy... Anyway. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri... freaking... But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. As if I could feel the warmth of Yuri's face, and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready
Oh, I'm ready.
to turn the page?
Why do I have a feeling this is gonna have like 5 times more tension than it needs to? Like just the
Because-
turning of the page.
Because it will.
Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer.
I like it when guys take it slow.
It's probably the least I can do. Since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue to the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My jump gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's a bit more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses a lot of things she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like it's seen to your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of your own mannerisms.
I see.
Yuri remains silent for a moment.
But upgraded stick. That's probably...
She always has like one hand covering like her front. Like she always has that. Have you know?
anime style. Like, if I do that, that's very uncomfortable, and I don't think that's actually physically possible to do it the way she's doing it.
I mean, sure it is, but like, it's an anime thing. Because you have to show that you're shy and reclusive. Anyway.
A terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that.
Wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant it's kind of cute.
Why are you saying that all of a sudden?
You're cute, cutie.
Okay, everyone. Jeez, Monica, more like cockblock. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. Sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's not. It's fine.
Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. It'll be fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know?
You skipped the text.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta go back?
I mean, I could. Or I could just keep skipping. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back in my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. Can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. Couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I can't wait!
Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from his pile notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook, because she's more
Sophisticated.
I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Oh boy, choices!
Do Yuri last.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We wanna have our moment.
Let's do Monica first.
Alright. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Hi, upgraded stick. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, upgraded stick. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, upgraded stick. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way, it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness. Oh, that makes sense. Sayori's a more direct kind of person, I get it.
Yeah.
Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry about so much of that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It would take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else just might be a bit biased towards their own kind of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything.
And this is why Monica isn't a date option.
Aw, I just thought about that. Anyway, you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always have to feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. Oh man, it's an actual poem. Howling wall. It couldn't have been me. See, the direction this backle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Well, dang, that sounds like the beginning of like a horror movie or a book, horror novel.
It sounds like an abuse story, kind of.
It actually kind of does now I think about it, yeah. Anyway, so what do you think? It's very freeform if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. So yeah, that kind of style gets really popular nowadays. Jeez, when performed out loud, it can be really powerful, as I did earlier, and it was fantastic. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had that kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Oh boy, are we gonna have these. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper, and tidy it up later. Another way to think of it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. I'm surprised she's giving actual writing advice. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Why does she sound like a freaking podcast host? That's my advice today. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Which one? What happened?
Apparently it's possible to skip. Alright,
Don't
anyway. So should we do Sayori or Natsuki?
I don't know, which one do you want me to butcher first?
How about Natsuki?
Okay.
Jesus.
Upgraded stick. If you're not gonna take this club seriously, then go home.
Gladly. What? Harsh?
What? You expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid?
Yes. I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Oh, that shut her up. Painful to think about.
Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what...
I can't read.
I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again.
Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess.
Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now.
Oh boy, here we go.
Knowing you, you'll probably think it's stupid.
Oh no.
Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try. But that's about it.
See, I love how, like, you can't hear it, but the music in the game, like, it's like a, what's that one instrument? It sounds like it's being played on a xylophone.
Nice.
So it's like a little kid.
Yeah. I told you weren't gonna like it.
How did she know? I don't like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am, I don't like it. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing all has to be sophisticated and stuff.
Well, no one ever said that, but it can't sound like it's being written by a 5-year-old.
So people don't take my writing seriously.
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but then it hits you hard.
And what about Eagles Can Fly hits you hard? Exactly.
Eagles can fly and peoples can try, but that's about it.
I don't get it.
Like in this poem.
Oh, she's gonna explain it. Good.
Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it.
Huh. It actually kind of makes sense. Yeah, I understand.
But the other nice thing about simple writing is that I can't read. Is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme and at the end, I make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line.
So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized.
That what it means to be a pro.
She reminds me a lot of, what's her name? Elf Yamada. However you're supposed to say her name, from an anime called Eromanga Sensei.
I haven't seen that one.
I'm glad you learned something.
It's a very interesting anime. It's about a guy who writes light novels, and he discovers that his sister is an artist that's been doing a lot of work for him, and she draws a lot of suggestive things. She's a very it's an interesting anime.
Wait, I have to say something real quick in the voice.
Kinky!
Indeed. And, you know,
Ugh, I hate going that high.
and she's his little sister, so things get really interesting between them. I'm just
Please
gonna
tell
leave
me
it.
there's an incest subplot.
I wouldn't call it a subplot. Anyway, it gets really interesting. I would recommend it personally. No random, just no reason, you know. Anyway,
Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I really don't care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki's feeling proud, then I wouldn't take that away from her. Alright, on to Sayori.
This is a good poem, Upgraded Stick. Are you sure it's your first time?
That's not something I've heard ever.
That's what they all say.
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time?
I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you just wrote one. It reminds me how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room? Well, of course. I'm really not into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See, like I said before, Upgraded Stick, deep down you're not selfish at all, you know?
Don't try to read my personality.
Trying new things like this for other people. That's something only a really good people do. I can't read.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much of this means to her and all.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay?
If you know what I mean.
That'll be my way of thanking you.
If you know what I mean. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right?
Oh, this should be interesting.
Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
That's what they all say. We'll see about that.
Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I want breakfast.
That line really brings it all together. It's
I bet
great.
she wrote it this morning.
Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this?
No? Just a bit?
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
It really bothers me that your eyes are like really spaced apart. Like, just look at how far apart they are on her
I
face.
know.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little bit better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Ah, yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
And you didn't give me any? Even though you were late to school?
It's bad to skip breakfast.
It's worse to skip school.
I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah.
But next time I won't forget.
That really came out of nowhere, right? Like, Monica's the best, you know?
I want them together.
And I'm gonna write the best poem ever.
Well, I guess I look forward to it. Alright, now it's on to the best girl, am I right?
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Let's do it. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten.
Oh fuck, I have to read this. Oh, I can't read.
Exceptional.
Thank you! Exceptional.
Did you not know how to pronounce that?
No, I thought it said expectational and I was really confused.
Huh?
I
What was
can't
that?
read. What?
Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but then ends up covering her whole face.
I, he's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for?
Yuri takes a breath.
So, what kind of writing experience did you have?
Well, about the same as my sexual experience, which is little to none.
Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Sure, let's go with that. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's my first time, actually.
Huh?
Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again.
Well, I know that. I just meant,
Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly.
yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical to new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognized in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end results is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
So you're saying my poem was weak, how dare you? Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as though her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering's completely gone, and she sounds like an expert.
No, I don't.
Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It may take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you a valuable feedback.
So when do we get to read her smut, huh?
Natsuki can be a bit biased, though.
Biased? How?
Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that.
Yes, you should.
Sorry.
It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it.
Oh, please do share your thought process behind it.
I hope this is very, dark.
Yuri smiles dreamily if this is a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club?
Oh, I love her handwriting.
Oh.
Ghost under the light. I can't actually read it at some parts.
Just give it your best shot.
Like the second word, I can't read that already.
I mean, I
Can I write
can
me?
I can read it.
I just need the second word. I can read the rest.
Tendrils.
Oh, that's what I thought it said. I just didn't think it was an actual word. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the ember glow. Bathe. Does that say bathing?
It does say bathing.
Nice. It must be with this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back.
Fascinating.
I've actually written something like that before.
Why is she so much like you?
I have no idea. I'm sorry if I have such terrible handwriting. Same.
Girl, you don't. I wasn't thinking that at all.
But you took a long time to read it. Yeah, because I can't fucking read.
Well, I don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty.
Huh? That's a relief.
Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive.
It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems.
Not at all.
I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something that was a little more mild. Ooh.
Ooh, boy. That means we're gonna be getting a bit raunchier with the next ones.
I hope so. Something easy to digest, I suppose. I wouldn't use the word digest.
Are you into ghost theory?
Uh-huh.
I think it's supposed to be hoo-hoo.
Woohoo.
Actually, the story isn't about ghosts at all, Upgraded Stick.
Then why was the word ghost in the title, huh?
Really? Must have totally missed the point.
Well, I suppose you did only glance over it at all, after all. But remembering that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past.
Dang.
Did you not realize that's what it was about?
Hey, I'm not too big into, like, reading the deeper meaning behind things, alright?
You don't appreciate literature.
I see words and I interpret them literally, okay? That's why I suck at reading.
And soon to be left with nothing.
That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't thought of that. It's impressive.
Huh? It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so...
Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you.
You think so?
Yeah, of course.
You know, I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Upgraded Stick.
Aha. Me too.
Uh,
What? Whew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they were just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. I lay my eyes on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
what's with this language?
Huh? Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Oh, I totally like want to see them fight. Like that'd be awesome. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something?
This symbolism, that's funny.
It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
Because it would be cute seeing you give up, you freaking...
I know that. It just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
You mean you have to try hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
I want to slap Natsuki, like, so hard.
She reminds me of, Misa Misa from Death Note.
Ooh, I hated her so much. Like, why was she attracted to light? Like,
Because she liked, Kira.
Yeah,
first.
she was in love with Kira and all that.
We have the manga at my school, and I'm waiting for the first one to be brought back to the library so I can fucking read it.
Ooh. I haven't read the manga, I've only seen the anime.
We have a whole manga section, and I'm so excited. Well, I do have a couple suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Dang.
She is Misa. Which people did, by the way.
That was Natsuki.
Oh,
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Upgraded Stick did too.
you're
No,
not
I
Misa's
didn't.
sometimes.
So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all,
Whoops!
Excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my own writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring.
So in a way, she's kind of saying that Natsuki's writing is very uninspiring.
Fuck off, Natsuki. That's what she's saying.
Yeah, Natsuki, eat it.
Which I haven't yet.
Boom! Roasted.
An upgraded stick like my poem too, you know.
And so the harem begins.
He even told me he was impressed by it.
Natsuki suddenly stands up.
oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
Uh-oh. She's capitalizing on Yuri's weakness.
That's not what I... You're just...
Yuri stands up as well.
Maybe you're jealous that Upgraded Stick appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours.
Hey, what's up, Zach?
Fight, 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 fight.
Oh, I
fight,
totally want to
fight.
see them fight.
Huh? How do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself?
Round 1. Fight.
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cute. See?
Roasted.
Burn!
Sayori's gotta break it up, of course.
Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one who's...
She's going down that route. I love it.
Oh, I'm so happy I get to say this in her voice.
Oh, okay.
Go the fuck back. Go the
Okay.
fuck back.
No, hold on. I gotta stop. I actually have to stop. I actually have to stop.
Why?
I gotta go.
No! God damn it.
I'm sorry.
You're
I'm
just
sorry.
getting good.
I know. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see if I can go back. I can't. Dang it. All right. We'll continue this at a later time.
Okay.
Thank you for partaking in this with me. This was an adventure.
That's no problem. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.